Can you imagine the guts it takes to buy an abandoned temple and plan to turn it into a home? Pushing through thick weeds, he stepped into the temple's courtyard. Today, the man came to check out the temple he bought. He got it for just $300. Originally, the villagers were ready to just give it to him for free, but he insisted on a proper transaction. Only then would it truly be his. You could tell it had been abandoned for a long time. The courtyard was completely overrun with weeds. The walls were cracked badly, and the paint was peeling off in chunks. Stepping inside the living area, the old furniture was still there. In the center of the room stood a massive altar. It looked really eerie. If it weren't for the stories attached to the place, no one would believe it. But this fearless man wasn't scared at all. He even examined everything carefully. The temple was a two-story structure. The second floor wasn't in much better shape than the first. The floor was covered in trash, and there was a huge furnace that seemed like it was used for rituals. Stepping out onto the balcony, there was a huge platform with a wide view overlooking the entire courtyard. The old bathroom and kitchen were still there. Despite the floors being piled with debris, they seemed functional. After surveying the whole place, the man was very satisfied. Everyone else avoided it, but he didn't buy into the fear. Without even a formal groundbreaking ceremony, he got right to work with his cleaning crew. They started at the entrance, which was completely blocked by overgrown trees. Clearing them out was necessary so the yard wouldn't obstruct future living. The weeds had grown wildly. If left unattended for much longer, they could cover the whole yard. The cleaning was painstaking, but as they dug deeper, the place started to look much better. In the middle of the yard, a tree had grown. The man chose not to cut it down, but instead fenced it off as a decorative centerpiece. Next, they moved to the innermost part of the property. Here, the weeds were the densest, nearly as tall as the building itself. Luckily, the crew had professional tools, which made the work manageable. Once cleared, the yard looked so much brighter. Some weeds had even climbed up onto the roof. If they weren't removed, they could have caused serious damage. Following the man's instructions, the crew also cleaned the roof. He was most concerned about the building itself, not because he was scared, but to avoid excessive repair costs later. There was some standing water on the roof due to blocked drains, which was actually a good sign. It meant the roof was waterproof and structurally sound. As the cleanup progressed, they finally got inside. The floors were covered in trash, but the original tile started to reappear once cleaned. The furnace used for rituals would need to be removed and eventually turned into a bedroom. Working their way